All right, folks, today is the 11th of July, I think. No, maybe today's the 12th. I don't even know what damn day it is. I'm out here working on my 1988 Camaro that has an L98 swap from an 87 Pontiac Trans Am GTA. And what I'm doing today is beginning the process to convert it from an automatic to a 5-speed. Late last year, I bought a rusted out 86 Z28 that was originally a 5-speed car and harvested all of the parts from it. It was actually a fairly low miles car, had a good T5 in it with everything that I need to do the swap. And so I decided to start with the pedal swap. Probably this is the most labor-intensive part of the process anyway, since I got a lift, you know, swapping the transmission out won't be a big deal. But let me tell you, this pedal assembly swap is a pain in my ass. I am going to be changing this carpet set also while I'm at it. The GTA had a fairly nice carpet in it still, so I saved it before I junked the carcass of that car. This carpet here is nasty. It's nastier than your mom's freshman year of college. Ugh, I've already vacuumed it, but it's just nasty. The center console, the interior of it, was full of cigarette butts and ashes, probably 2, almost 3 inches deep around this shifter. You can see how badly the base of the shifter's corroded from that. Just nasty. Anyway, back on the swap here. I just finished drilling the hole for the clutch master. I was hoping I would get lucky and get under here and tear this insulation away and find a plug in an existing hole, but didn't get that lucky. So I had to spend close to an hour getting this laid out and figuring out where it needed to be drilled. I think I got it spot on. Oh man, it is so hot today. Middle to upper 90s here, no wind. Here's my pedal assembly for the 5-speed with the clutch pedal. As you can see, there's really not a whole lot of wear on these pedals. I think that car only had about 90,000 miles on it original. This is the pedal assembly that was in the Camaro. Got a lot of wear on the brake pad. That Camaro had almost 300,000 miles on it, if I'm not mistaken, before I started this process. But I've already swapped the entire running gear, and I mean everything. So anyway, I'll probably make a second part to this video. I don't know if I'll clip these together and just post one video or make 2 parts. I'll decide that later. But stay tuned. Well, here we are. Same day, later on in the afternoon. Well, it's evening time technically. It's amazing how fast time goes by when you get messing with junk. So, getting ready to put the pedal assembly in about an hour and a half ago, I guess. And I decided that I probably needed to at least clean up my clutch master and the slave cylinder externally. They were a little bit greasy. And after I got to looking at this stuff, I realized it was probably a good idea if I just went ahead and took it apart now rather than have to do it later, because I have to take the brake booster loose from the firewall in order to get my hands down in there to work on the clutch master, you know, to get it loose. Boy, I'm glad I took it apart. This is the guts out of it. This is the slave cylinder, and then this is the master here. And believe it or not, it's all cleaned up now. But this shit was just full of mud. It was awful. Let me see. I think I still got the drain pan over here. Well, I guess I spilled most of it out on the workbench and wiped it up, but it was pretty nasty. I never had one of these apart before. I always pretty much just assumed they were kind of throwaway, but you know, they're plastic and the line set is pretty much permanently fixed on there. You've got a roll pin in here that you can drive out and pull this line set out, but as old as it is, I wouldn't recommend it, so I just left it together. But basically, see, I just put the liner back in the master cylinder, but here's the liner for the, or no, that was the slave. This is the liner for the master. It's a steel liner. Pretty interesting, I suppose. I don't know if there's a rebuild kit available for these or not, but the rubber parts are in good shape, so I'm just going to put it back together and hope for the best. It's bound to be better off than it was before. All right, I think that's all for now. I'll add some more after I get this all reinstalled back in the car. Okay, now it's the 14th of July. It's a Monday. It's in the evening, and I have completed the pedal swap on the Camaro for the 5-speed conversion. And now I've got the transmission out of it this evening, getting ready to put the 5-speed in. I just got done installing the pilot bushing in the crankshaft. I'm glad I remembered to do that. I think I have probably installed 1 or 2 transmissions in the past without putting the pilot bushing in, forgot about it. But not today. Let's see. There's the T5. Got it all cleaned up today. Almost had a heat stroke. I think it was about 99 degrees this afternoon. Well, late morning and into the afternoon. It's amazing how thin and lightweight that bell housing is. I bet it doesn't weigh, yeah, I bet that doesn't weigh 3 pounds. It almost feels like glass. But moving right along. I got too many projects in here. That's a 400 small block that I picked up a while back for $100. This is a Pontiac 326 out of a 64 Le Mans. Probably gonna put that in my Catalina and take that 389 out of it before I sell it. I don't want to give that engine away. Well, that's all for now. I'll make another piece when I take it for its first drive. Stay tuned. Okay, folks, today is the 19th of July, and I'm finally getting ready to go for a ride in the Camaro. Got the 5-speed swap complete. Got 3 pedals in the floor down there. I do still need to wire in the clutch safety switch and the backup lights. But for now, I've got the starter disable jumpered until I get that wired in like it needs to be. But let's go for a drive. garage under its own power, but I haven't